I think the biggest mistake that players make is they give up their agency. I mean, their own personal agency, their ability to make decisions for themselves. The story I want to talk about really briefly is Austin Riley. So the Atlanta Braves obviously at one point approached us about a multi-year contract. They started at $100 million. We turned it down. We ended up signing a 1-year deal. Very shortly thereafter, it turns into them making an offer at $167 million. And obviously the job of the agent at that point is, I need you to educate him, because he needs to be so comfortable with saying yes or no at some point that I don't want that decision to be, I guess, or I'm not sure. It needs to be yes or no, and you are fully committed. Because if it's no, and you turn down hundreds of millions of dollars, you've got to be really strong mentally not to second guess that decision if you start to struggle shortly thereafter. This process takes, a few months to kind of develop. We eventually get to a place where the offer on the table, essentially take it or leave it, was 212. Now, Austin wasn't a free agent. He was 3 years from free agency, so he was first-time arbitration eligible. Really, the calculus at that point was, all right, look, guys are in front of us who are going to set the market very soon in the future. Part of this analysis is, how important is it for you to be an Atlanta Brave, number one? Number two, the Atlanta Braves have policies. They don't do no trade clauses. They don't do incentives. There's all these different things they don't do. So you're essentially accepting, if you want to sign this deal because you want to be an Atlanta Brave, that there is the likelihood that you could be traded, maybe not right away, but in the future at some point towards the tail end of that contract. You have to be aware of it. The other component to this is, all right, you obviously need to stay healthy and you need to continue to develop. But if you do all those things, if you turn this down and you keep developing, you stay healthy, you're going to sign for more money than this. If you want to be an Atlanta Brave, here's your opportunity. The GM of the Braves, and he talks about this publicly, like he's never done a deal like this. So here's your opportunity. What do you want to do? What's a good deal? What's a bad deal? What's a fair deal? And so we essentially got to a place where, okay, we got to a deal where we understood the risk. It put money in his pocket where he felt like it was life-changing. And I wanted to make sure that he was making a rational decision based on all the facts.